Warm-hearted. I came into my family on a cold December night. You gave me my namesake then. I was your beautiful little December. For a while, I could do no wrong in your eyes. And as I grew, greater expectations were placed on me. That's okay, though. I was your good baby girl. You told me so. I believed you. I loved you, Mommy. I loved my brother and sister, too. The times we had together were so precious to me. I was the funny one. Sister would play the piano. I liked the pretty sound the keys made, but I could always see the frustration in her face. Piano was hard, I could tell. I didn't like Sister to be sad, so I would sit nearby and I would sing as she struggled. She laughed, and that always made me smile. I did it. I made Sister feel better. Sister was the best sister ever. We used to play in the park all the time. We loved the outdoors. I could keep up with Sister like a pro, and her friends loved me. I was the best little sister I could possibly be. I remember when Brother would sit on the floor with me, and he would play with my toys. He would tickle me, and I would roll all over and laugh. He was such a good big brother. He protected me from those who would pick on me. When I got bigger, I could walk in confidence by myself and by his side. I wanted to be strong for him, just as he had been for me. I wanted to be the strongest and bravest little sister that I could be. You raised me well. You made me happy. You bought me toys and cookies. You even bought me a special necklace with my name on it. Didn't I make you happy too? I remember more times than not that anything I did would bring a smile to your faces. I did my share, just like Brother and Sister. I picked up my toys and put them away when you asked, so that you would not trip and fall. I didn't complain when it was time for bed. I listened really, really hard. I was the best daughter that I could possibly be. Weren't you so proud of me, Mommy? Then where did it go wrong? Where did I mess up? Don't you love me any more like you did back then? Aren't I the same as I was? You do love me, right? I certainly love you. I love you because you are the best and most wonderful Mommy ever. I love Brother and Sister because they are the best, most wonderful brother and sister ever. But if all of you are the best in my heart, where do I sit in your hearts? It's okay, I suppose. We still play, and we still spend time together. We still go camping, and we still go to the park from time to time, but nowhere near as much as we used to. I'm bored a lot of the time. I suppose it happens. Brother and Sister are bigger now, and they have grown-up things to do. They have boyfriends and girlfriends, and they can't always bring me when they hang out with their friends. I also know that you have to go to work during the day. I get lonely. I know I can't be the most important one in your lives. That doesn't change that you are all the world to me. That won't ever change. I miss the days that I could stay with Brother and Sister overnight. I used to be scared of the dark and get nightmares. They were such brave siblings. They made the bad dreams go away. I guess I got too big. I sleep alone now, surrounded by my toys. They're the only company I have when everyone is so busy. I think Maybe you have forgotten about me. I was a constant companion, and now I seem to be an afterthought. I cry sometimes, but you don't take pity on me anymore. You get mad sometimes and yell at me. Brother and sister don't make happy noises when we are together anymore. They make heavy sighs and look annoyed all the time. I don't like it when they are upset. No matter what I do, I can't make them happy like I used to. I get a smile sometimes, but they aren't as pleased with my silliness as they once were. I'm so bored. I tried to sing a song to you yesterday, and you wanted my silence. You didn't like the song I sang for you. I suppose it's okay. I don't always like the noises you make. I don't like Brother's drums. I don't like Sister's perfume. I don't like the new cookies you bought. Another Christmas has come. I waited forever for you, but you never called me over to the tree. Go outside and play, is what you said. I danced around the snowman brother and sister made. I made snow angels. But I'm not as good as they are. I then waited for you to call me. You never called. I peered in through the window. Maybe you were hiding my presents. Opening presents made everyone happy, especially when I would go crazy with delight. You weren't hiding them. You had all opened the presents without me. I didn't even see any presents under the tree for me. You had a wonderful breakfast without me. You had a delicious dinner without me. I didn't even get any. My food was cold when you gave it to me. I wanted it hot like you had, but you ignored me. Why? Did I do something wrong? It's really cold. My room isn't very warm, and I don't have many blankets. How long has it been? This is a lot longer than the normal time we are apart. Brother and sister have rushed past me the last few daytimes. They didn't talk to me. You didn't talk to me either. Mommy, my feet hurt. My ears hurt. My room is really, really cold. When can I be with everyone again? I promise I won't be mad that you forgot. I'll always forgive you. You are my world. I love you all. I just want to be warm. I want you to talk to me again. I want you to hold me again. Why won't any of you hug me? I've been crying for you all day. Why did no one come to comfort me? It hurts. My heart hurts because you have forgotten me. My body hurts because I am so cold. Everything aches and my eyes sting. I don't think I like snow anymore. Still, you won't listen to me. Please forgive me for whatever I did. I'll be good. I promise. I want to be the best daughter that I can possibly be. Isn't that enough? Is it not enough anymore? Why won't you forgive me? What did I do? I'm scared. The lights have gone out. All is quiet. There is more snow coming. I had water next to my bed, but it's frozen solid now. It's been like that all day. I haven't seen any of you all day. I can't feel my face anymore. I'm so tired and so cold. I must have done something really bad for you to have forgotten me. I'm not the best sister. I'm not the best daughter. I'm a bad girl, aren't I? I'm sorry. I am so sorry, Mommy. I don't know what I did, but I'll try to be better. I thought we were a family. Are we not a family anymore? I can only watch you from the window and wish you'd give me another chance. I want you to love me again. I want you to let me back inside. I don't know how much longer I can stand the cold, Mommy. Oh, wait. Oh, I feel something warm. My joints don't ache anymore. My eyes don't sting. I can feel something inside. Is that the sun? Someone is calling me. Is that you? No. No, it's not you, Mommy. It's not brother, and it's not sister. I don't know who that is. The smell is sweet, and that voice is kind. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. I want to go where the voice is calling. I want to go where the warmth is. I want to go where the sweet smells are. Still, I won't forget. I could never forget. You were the best Mommy ever. Brother and sister were the best brother and sister ever. It must have been me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was the worst daughter that there could be. I can't live up to what you expect of me anymore. I can't please you anymore. I know that you will never love me the way that you love each other. That's okay, though. I still love you all more than anything. You are still my world. I am sad that it ended up this way, but I forgive you. I can't expect you to understand. I'm not your perfect daughter, am I? I never was. I was just a dog. Warm-hearted. Where do I even start? Well, for one, the cover is another one that I took the photo myself. At the time I wrote this, I was living in an apartment, and we had a really good snow that year. So I went outside and took a picture of this big snow-covered tree right across from our apartment, and it just worked so well. But I tried really hard to make it seem like December was a little kid, and just kind of have her being a dog being the surprise at the end. And I consider this story to be one of my better ones because it seems to hold a lot of power in it. Every time I read it to somebody or they read it, something happens to them. At best, they get really sad and they cry. But even if they don't cry, there's just this something that just drains them of all possible joy. And then they start having nightmares, worrying about this poor dog, and they have PTSD over this dog. And I'm not making it up. I mean, I've seen it. I have a friend who's heard the story like 3 times now, and she cries every single time. And she says she remembers an abusive dog owner that was her neighbor, and it hits her especially hard. I've had people say they randomly have nightmares about it, and then people who randomly get upset out of nowhere because they just happen to remember it, and or if they see a dog, or if they see that Sarah McLachlan animal shelter commercial, they just lose it. And I have mixed feelings about that. Like, I feel kind of bad that I've totally destroyed these people, but at the same time, I'm really happy that I did that because I feel, oh my God, my writing has that much power over somebody. And as a writer, to invoke those emotions in someone is just amazing. But again, at the same time, it's like, oh my God, I've totally like emotionally destroyed my friends. Um, so some people handle it okay, but not very many. And most people who hear the story are men of different ages, and they all just fall apart. And I don't know, I guess that means I did a really, really good job. And they say it hits the worst when I read it out loud because I add that little girl voice, and it just makes it so much worse on their emotions, but so much better for absorbing the story. And I kind of wrote it that way as a statement. I see people who get these puppies and they tie them up outside, and they spend their entire lives outside, chained to a doghouse or on a line or in a pen, and they never experience anything. Nobody really plays with them. Nobody lets them out and run. They're just there. They're like lawn ornaments that people have to feed and water. And it's so sad. And especially when we would have these really cold winters, we'd get really upset passing these properties where these dogs are just out in the snow and they're never allowed inside. So they're stuck in these really, really cold conditions with only, if lucky, a doghouse for shelter. And it would be really, really sad because we don't do that to our pets. Our pets are pets we bring inside. They're part of the family. And I just never understood why you would want a pet if all you're going to do is, tie them up outside and pretend they're not there until you got to feed and water them. And then barely interact with them at all. I just don't get it. So, I suppose the story was kind of a statement against that. That, these dogs come into the family expecting to be a part of the family, and then they're just kind of left to their own devices, abandoned outside, with no real life experience. It's just food, water, doghouse, maybe a pat on the head every now and again, but nothing really big. And in the country, it's especially bad. Because, people have these big properties. And the life of dogs is just so little to some people. We always see cats and dogs being dumped at the dumpsters and just let to roam and whatever, It's awful. It's a sad thing. And, I don't want the story to be uplifting and happy. I want people to feel bad. I want people to feel bad because if you do this to your animals, you should feel bad. And people who read it and do feel bad shows they have an empathy towards their pets, and they feel a need to, from what I hear, usually they go off, people who hear it, they go off and they hug their pets, cat, dog, doesn't matter. They just go and they hug their pets because they're so sad for this dog that they feel compelled to really show their own pets they care. And I think that's a good thing. As horribly sad and upset as it makes the readers and listeners, I want people to feel a responsibility towards their pets, to love them, to take care of them, and to not do these stupid, horrible things like dump them in the middle of nowhere and, just let them suffer when they're sick or hurt, or leave them outside to the elements without, actually taking care of them. They're not lawn ornaments, they're not toys, they're living creatures. And yeah, my intention was to make people sad. I didn't think it would, like I said, I didn't think it would actually destroy people emotionally like it did. I didn't expect the nightmares and the PTSD, but I did want people to feel for this dog that's just abandoned out in the yard to die because they just got tired of it and decided, hey, outside's best. And it's, like I said, it's not far-fetched. I see people do it in the country all the time. And there's just not a lot you can do. I mean, in the country you can call the animal shelter, but at the same time, their minimal needs are met, I suppose. They have a shelter, they have food and water. So their welfare is not taken as seriously. That I've seen anyway. So, yeah, that was warm hearted. And if you have pets, take care of them. Don't just leave them out to the elements. If you're cold, they're cold for most cases. Don't take your pets for granted. Don't treat them so flippantly. So, go hug your pet.